Genesis Works has really helped me overcome obstacles from 4 years ago when I first joined the program up until today. I feel like when I first joined the program, we would like joke around with amongst the interns like, oh, you need to troubleshoot and always troubleshoot, and it was like a joke, but really that's like life. You find yourself in like difficult situations and you have to troubleshoot. You have to find ways to get out of those difficult situations, and sometimes you can't do it by yourself, and Genesis Works really taught me the importance of asking questions and taking advantage of your resources, and like knowing that you have resources and knowing that even if they can't help you, they will find somebody to help you. Because I feel like before that, I always thought that asking questions was a form of weakness, and I had to figure it out by myself. And Genesis Works really showed me that you don't have to do everything by yourself. You're able to get support. You have support. Even after I finished like the program as a high schooler, I was still supported after that. And even now that I'm about to graduate college, I know that if I ever need something from anybody at Genesis Works, I can reach out to them. And it's just really special to have that support and know that even though I was like in my first year, my first like 4 years ago, they don't just drop me. Like I can go back and I can get help, and I've used that in different spaces, in different places, either at school if I'm having challenges with a class, or if like my internships, I don't know what I'm doing, or just anything. I just know that, okay, I can ask for help. It's okay, and it doesn't show that I'm like weak or anything. It shows that I really want to learn and I really want to improve. So that's my biggest takeaway definitely from Genesis Works, and something that I believe I'll always carry with me.
I think one of the things that's amazed me the most about you, especially knowing you for 4 years now, is your positivity and your determination. Whether you were an intern in high school at Medtronic and you were figuring out the young professional that you want to be, or you were determined to graduate from high school with an associate's degree, every single step along the way, like your determination has been inspiring for me in trying to figure out like what I can do better and how I can serve you better and the other students. So I think watching you grow from this high school student and not losing any of those skills, but just embracing them and flourishing them even more with like the sorority that you're involved in on campus and the leadership opportunities that you have taken. It's been great to see you kind of grow throughout all of that and just become a better and better version of yourself.
Oh, thank you. Definitely when I reflect, I always say that I'm so grateful for Genesis Works because it changed my life. I tell people, Genesis Works changed my life. I love that organization. I'll always find ways to give back to that organization, either through volunteering or just any way I can, because it changed my life. And I say that because as the child of immigrants, both my parents are immigrants, like their dream was for me to go to college and their dream was for me to be successful, but they didn't have the opportunities that I have, and they weren't able to tell me like, look, you can tour schools and you can apply to colleges, and this is how you get FAFSA, and this is how you get this and that, and they didn't know how to help me, and I didn't expect them to help me, but I was overwhelmed and I was scared that I was not going to be able to go to college if I didn't know how to apply, if I didn't know how to do my FAFSA, if I didn't know how to apply to scholarships. But having Genesis Works there and through the CCC meetings and saying, you have to apply to this many colleges and have you apply to the scholarship. And I remember you always being like, Denise, did you apply to the scholarship? Have you applied? And that really like helped hold me accountable. And thinking back, all of the work, all the hours that I put into applying to scholarships, all the hours I put into like the CCC meetings, all the hours I put into like looking at colleges paid off. And I'm so grateful for Genesis Works because I feel like if I didn't have Genesis Works, that would have been a lot more difficult. And even now in college, as I mentioned, I know that I have Genesis Works to support me as an alumni, and it's just an amazing opportunity, and I'm so proud to be a Genesis Works alumni, and I'll always be so proud to be a Genesis Works alumni. And I'll always tell everybody to do Genesis Works because it was truly a life-changing opportunity.
I think I'm grateful for Genesis Works for two reasons. One is it's inspiring to be surrounded by these students who, despite whatever challenges they have or obstacles that are in their way, they continue to choose to work hard, and that always makes me want to work harder. So I think like almost selfishly, like I'm grateful for Genesis Works to be inspired to work harder for myself. But also to see the opportunities that students take advantage of and the doors that it continues to open. So like I know you were a high school intern at Medtronic, and then you were able to go and choose to be a college intern at Medtronic as well. So seeing the opportunities grow, I think that's inspiring because that really fulfills the mission of what we're trying to accomplish of entering into a world where you can, stabilize yourself and support yourself and your family. So I think those two reasons are part of why I'm really grateful for Genesis Works.